The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
The Dow, on top of it, just hit 20,000. First time in history. I'm very proud of that. Now, we have to go up, up, up. We don't want it to stay there.
That was President Trump from last night's interview with David Muir. And we'll get into Trump's comments in a little bit. I just wanted to say hello. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us at the Phil's Gang Radio Show, coast to coast, the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. And if you notice that the Phil's Gang staff has sat in for Mr. Phil Grandy, but don't worry, Mr. Phil Grandy is okay. He's just taking a little R&R, and he may or may not be back tomorrow. Who knows? But until then, you have JR.
Well, hello.
You have Steve.
Good afternoon, everybody.
And my name is Alex. I hope everyone is enjoying their day-to-day. It's absolutely beautiful where we are at. And as I said, President Trump, had his first interview in the White House with David Muir. They covered quite a few topics, and one of them happened to be that the Dow is up 20K. It's a milestone. The Dow on Wednesday closed at the 20,000 milestone for the first time, bolstered by earnings and hope for economic growth under President Donald Trump's administration, including a pickup in infrastructure spending, a repeal of regulations, and tax cuts. And I believe, JR, that the Dow was doing good before President Trump even got into office.
Oh, yeah, it was doing really well. They were having problems getting it to 20,000, but they broke that barrier yesterday. So and now here comes the problem. How are they going to hold it there, given the fact that we kind of got there through a lot of manipulation and rigging, earnings. We bailed banks out. We changed accounting laws. We did all kinds of rigmarole to get ourselves all the way up to 20,000 on the Dow. So what now?
Well, the Dow first finished above 19,000 on November 22nd. The close above 20,000 marks the second fastest rise, 42 days, to a 1,000-point milestone since the Dow climbed to 14,000 from 13,000 in the 59-day trading sessions spanning between late March and early July 2007. And I think one of the things that President Trump is doing correctly is, he's going in there into Washington, and he's making all these changes for the better. He's already making tremendous tax cuts. He's been informed of what's going on in the United States. He's always been informed. He always stays up on the most current events, and he's looking at the United States and their spending, kind of scratching his head going, what are you guys doing? Sort of like he's never been a supporter of global warming. He does believe that it's a farce, so he's doing something about that. Through the EPA, he's cutting a lot of unnecessary spending, and you find out that the whole thing about green and the threats of global warming, they're not really backed up by science. They're backed up by pseudoscience. We haven't really seen anything to say, hey, this is really affecting our planet. All we're seeing is someone coming forth and telling you it's happening, but they're not explaining why it's happening. And then you find out we have spent trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars in this, and he's cutting.
It's also interesting to take note that the folks that always said there was global warming, which now they've changed it because apparently we're not warming like they thought. So they've switched it up a bit. Now it's a climate change. It's not necessarily warming. It could be cooling in some places. But it's funny how all those scientists, if you'd like to call them that, were all on government payrolls that came out with those same studies. It's kind of strange how that was a coincidence. And the ones that weren't on government payrolls, that didn't actually get their paycheck and meal ticket from the government, didn't really agree with this whole global warming, or now it's called climate change, debacle that we are stuck in for so long.
Well, and not only that, but I'm going to bring something up, and I don't believe in the whole conspiracy theory definition, the definition of conspiracy theory. What was it, 1960 something? The CIA actually coined that phrase. They coined that terminology as far as conspiracy theory is concerned. But if you look up the definition, of climate change, there are three definitions. The last definition, the third definition of climate change, has to do with the populace, has to do with people, has to do with social gatherings, social economics. I think these one percenters, these elitists, the reason why they're so upset is now they're not talking about climate change in a negative way anymore. In fact, they're not talking about it at all. Now that Donald Trump is in office and he is president, watch a lot of what was being said on mainstream media kind of just fade away or be dipped down into the shadows. And, of course, mainstream media, they're really going to go after Trump because he's going to pull the plug on a lot of what we were fed. I guess he's going to clean house, clean kitchen. We're not going to be fed this anymore. And, this is a good thing. This is a really good thing. We're starting to find out just how corrupt the system is. We're starting to find out just how corrupt the mainstream media is. And, I think Trump is playing it smart. You listened to the interview last night, and as I said, they covered a lot of ground. We're going to be talking about what's happening in Chicago and how Trump is going to approach what is happening in Chicago. He also talked about the voter fraud, how he wants to go forward and, have an investigation with voter fraud. Everyone's calling the vote a fraud itself because of Russia, once again. So I think, once again, Trump is playing it smart. He's going to come forward and he's going to say, okay, enough with this business. If you're going to sit there and rant and rave that, I'm in office because of voter fraud, well, let's have an investigation and find out if you're correct. I mean, he has nothing to hide, and he knows for a fact that you're not going to find that it was Russia and it was a case of voter fraud. It's just not going to happen. The American people spoke. Democracy spoke, and a lot of people out there, they'll sit there and praise democracy, but they will not praise its process. So, just a reminder for Phil's gang members and also people that are not Phil's gang members. Phil, he wants to run this promo that he did yesterday, and the Phil's gang is offering free access to the Max Vest 1000, the MV2 stock chart, for 4 weeks for free. Now, that's under the condition, of course, that you sign up for the membership, the Phil's Gang membership, at $39.95 per month. So it's not an annual fee. It's nothing that, you have to pay yearly, and you only commit for the 1 month. But when you pay the $39.95, you get in, you get the MV2 stock chart for free for 4 weeks. So check it out. Go to philsgang.com, sign up, and then check out the MV2 chart for free for 4 weeks, or give us a call, 877-600-4264.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years. Very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I love the new MV charts on Phil's software, and I'm making profits using them.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I love your new MV1, making lots of profits.
I love the chart. You know, I'm limited with time. Real good as far as just looking at whatever ticker tells me right away.
I've always enjoyed Phil's straightforwardness and talk about what's really going on.
The new MV1 and MV2 charting software, I particularly like the pre- and post-market candlesticks.
You guys have always been great on the service side. I can't say enough about the service side.
Don't wait. Sign up for Phil's Gang today. Give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Open Line Friday. Don't forget, every Friday, here's the number, 855-745-7445. Use that number to participate in my radio show where I can give you information on your stock. Don't forget, that's every Friday, Open Line Friday. That's here on philsgang.com, every Friday.
Don't miss it. Tune in and call Phil with your stock questions on Open Line Fridays. Left wing, right wing, libertarians, independents. We may not all agree on politics, but we all agree that we need to plan for retirement. At philsgang.com, we prepare you and educate you on how to invest in the stock market so you can secure your retirement and live comfortably. Call Phil's Gang today, 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Hi, my name is Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. You know the stock market goes up 72% of the time? Then why is it that the retail customer, 80% of the time, have lost money? Because they don't know when to get out. And that's why I'm providing a product called my MV2 chart that solves that problem. It's always about when do I get out? That problem has been solved. Check it out, my MV2 chart. Don't miss it.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
Let me ask you, could you use a little extra money? Well, of course you could. Everybody could use that extra revenue to pay the bills, pay down debt, or save for retirement. With philsgang.com, we help you make that extra income in the stock market. For over 15 years, Phil Grandy and the philsgang.com team have helped folks who are interested in learning short-term and long-term investing by providing professional-level charting skills and strategies. philsgang.com is your number one source to learn, invest, and profit in the stock market. And you can do this for only $39.95 a month. With philsgang.com, you learn how to invest in the market. You get daily investment coaching guidance, and you will learn to invest and trade with the skills and confidence of the pros. Just log on and get daily investment instructions and make profits. Plus, all philsgang.com material is archived for your convenience. Go to philsgang.com to join or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Call today.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
At St. Jude, a family never sees a bill at all. It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders.
The treatment doesn't get any better than what you receive at St. Jude. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures. Saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You're probably familiar with a pillow commercial that's everywhere. It's on TV. Know where you get the pillows, this new pillow that's out. You know what? You don't need a pillow good night's sleep. You want to make sure your investments are safe. That's where you get the good night's sleep. And that's what you get here at Phil's Gang with our technology. It's built in to show you when your stock is ready to fail, when your stock is ready to rally. That's right, it follows the money. You don't need a pillow. You need Phil's Gang. That's how you get a good night's sleep. You'll always know well in advance if the market's going to collapse or your stock. Join my gang, philsgang.com. For more information, just go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-GANG. We will see you on the charts.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264. You're listening to The Phil's Gang Show with Phil Grandy. Be sure to check out the all-new Phil's Gang website at philsgang.com.
And welcome back, everyone. This is Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. And we're going to go into our stock corner now.
The Phil's Gang Stock Corner is brought to you by the MaxFest 1000 Stock Charts.
All right. So this happened.
The Dow on top of it just hit 20,000. First time in history. I'm very proud of that. Now we have to go up, up, up. We don't want it to stay there.
That's right. 20,000 on the Dow, but is that good or is that bad? Let's go and take a look at some stocks that were recommended buys. Here's Jim Cramer.
Got a question on one stock, and it's Box, B-O-X.
Yeah, look, I thought Aaron did a great job the last time he was on. I said buy it. It was at 14 to 17.
So he wants you to buy Box. So I'm pulling up Box on my charts. In Box, it was a buy way back in January already. It was January 6th. It was about $15, and now it's $17 a share, and there's no more money coming back into it. So why would he want you to buy a stock that's gone from $15 up to $17? You got to remember what Cramer is. So 15 to 17, that's 13% that's already been made in this stock, and no more money is coming in. It hasn't turned red yet. It's not ready to sell. However, a stock has a lifespan. They don't go up forever, right? They get certain points to where what they meet is called resistance, and the resistance is where the buyers tend to slack. They tend to not buy as much. It tends to go sideways, sort of. So what he's telling you to do is buy here at the very top after it's already moved 13%, rather than finding a stock that has just started. Like maybe it just turned green a couple days ago. Maybe it's only moved 1% rather than already 13%. Come on. The reason he does that is because he runs a fund. Cramer's a fund manager. He's a financial advisor.
What's a financial advisor?
That is a term that means almost nothing. It is somebody who might be a financial planner, or it could be a broker who is really a salesperson.
And that's exactly what Cramer is. He is a salesperson. You got to remember, he runs his own fund. How does Cramer get paid by that fund? He gets paid by the net asset value of that fund. He also gets paid by the companies that he recommends on television. So if he tells people to buy Box, well, he's probably got an interest in Box, right? Why else would he recommend something that's already moved 13%? That's like saying, hey, I think I'll go to Sears. I'll buy a $100 suit right there in Sears, and then I'll walk out the front door of Sears and I'll put it on a rack and I'll sell it for $200, right? That'll work, huh? Yeah, I don't think so. Same thing with stocks. You don't want to buy them when they're too far gone, where they're already at the they're already at the top of their peak. When people are starting to think about getting out of them is not the time to buy. You buy them when they're on sale. For example, like we did with our gold stocks back at the beginning of last year. We made 140% on one stock. It was AU, exactly, AU. And we bought that. It took us a couple of months to execute AU because it wasn't exactly right. We waited for the right exact time and place, and we executed, and we got 140%. Not all gang members got 140%, but that percentage was there. You had the opportunity. Here's more.
My question is, when is it time to buy Hertz?
I got to relook at it again. There's been so many changes there. I will actually do some work on that.
So he doesn't even know what's the story with Hertz. Okay, so once again, Hertz was a buy back in November. In fact, I'm looking right at my chart. November 10th, it had a buy signal, and it's been going up ever since November 10th. It was right at $33. It's $48 now, so 33 to 48. And that is 45%. But Kramer doesn't know whether or not that's a buy or not. Why is that? Well, because he doesn't use charts. Anyone who can look at a chart can tell that this stock's already moved 45%. And why would you want to get in now at the very tail end? It's sort of like paying for a bus ticket from Miami to Tampa, and then getting on the bus like a few blocks from Tampa when you left Miami. Like, don't even bother getting on the bus. Just hitch a ride all the way until you're almost there. Then at the very end, then get on the bus. You paid for the ticket, but you're waiting to the last minute to get on the bus. And that's exactly what you would have done with both these stocks, BOX and HRI. Already too far gone. Not something that you're going to want to buy. Possibly you're going to want to short them in this future. Not right now, but they've already moved. But is Kramer going to tell you that? No, not really. I do want to remind folks, however, that we are offering our free access to MaxVest 1000 MV2 stock chart. You get 1 month free when you sign up for Phil's Gang. The membership is $39.95 a month. Excellent value. You cannot find anywhere else cheaper than that. $39.95 to learn how to trade the stock market? You got to be kidding me. That's the cheapest there is. There is nowhere else cheaper than that. I'll guarantee you that one. If you'd like to join, just join the gang or call now, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264, or go to philsgang.com to sign up. Until then, we have to assume that this $20,000 or 20,000 Dow is going to stay there until something happens. Something bad could happen with the Fed. So if the Fed starts to raise rates again, there could be a problem there. But regardless, you'll have the technology to know when to get in or know when to get out of your stock, especially if you join during this promo time, and get your free MV2 stock chart. We'll be back after these messages.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years. Very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I love the new MV charts on Phil's software, and I'm making profits using them.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I love your new MV1, making lots of profits.
I love the chart. Unlimited with time. Real good as far as just looking at whatever ticker tells me right away.
I've always enjoyed Phil's straightforwardness and talk about what's really going on.
The new MV1 and MV2 charting software. I particularly like the pre- and post-market candlesticks.
You guys have always been great on the service side. I can't say enough about the service side.
Don't wait. Sign up for Phil's Gang today. Give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years. Very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I love the new MV charts on Phil's software, and I'm making profits using them.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I love your new MV1, making lots of profits.
I love the chart. Unlimited with time. Real good as far as just looking at whatever ticker tells me right away.
I've always enjoyed Phil's straightforwardness and talk about what's really going on.
The new MV1 and MV2 charting software. I particularly like the pre- and post-market candlesticks.
You guys have always been great on the service side. I can't say enough about the service side.
Don't wait. Sign up for Phil's Gang today. Give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, there's nothing worse than you're investing in a stock and during the day something happens and you don't know what to do. You don't know who to call. Or you call somebody and they just give you a bunch of BS. Not here at Phil's Gang. We value every gang member. During the day, you got a question about your stock, you contact us. We have the best service in the world. philsgang.com. You're not alone. You're a gang member.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
El que St. Jude no cobra ni un centavo para nosotros significa quitarnos todo ese estrés, esa preocupación y podernos enfocar en nuestra hija.
That was the first thing I was like, how are we going to do this? When St. Jude told us that we didn't have to pay a single bill, I was like, wow. They pretty much have saved us.
It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders, and now your focus is supporting this child.
There is not another hospital like St. Jude. The patient care is unmatchable. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
Are you ready to get serious about your financial future? You know, reduce your debt, pay off those student loans, and prepare for retirement. Taking control of your finances can be intimidating, but with philsgang.com, you will be educated and guided to make smart investment decisions in the stock market. If the market is up or down, philsgang.com is the only source where you'll learn how to trade stocks and how to invest in the stock market using professional-level skills and strategies. For more information, go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Phil Grandy is a career businessman who has also been an entrepreneur all his life. He has used his business skills to take companies on the abyss of bankruptcy and bringing them back to profitability. Phil has been honored by Inc. magazine for the 500 fastest growing privately held companies and has been recognized with the prestigious Entrepreneur of the Year award. From the real estate to gas and oil industries to the stock market, Phil Grandy has mastered his line of business from start to finish. And with a passion and desire to make you a profitable investor, only Phil teaches you and guides you to make informed, unemotional investment decisions. And you'll gain the knowledge of what Wall Street doesn't want you to know. If you want to learn from the best and strengthen your ability to invest, then turn to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com. Simply call Phil's Gang at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Hello and welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show, coast to coast, the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. As I was saying in the beginning of the show, that Phil is on a little R&R, so sitting in is JR, Steve, and my name is Alex. And I wanted to go over a little bit more of what we were talking about in the beginning of the show as Trump, was doing. Actually, he's done a couple of national interviews in the past 24 hours. Last night, President Trump was on ABC News with Dave Muir. And they actually covered quite a bit of ground, and one of them was about Chicago and what is happening in Chicago. And I'll play you a cut here. It's a little excerpt of the interview from last night.
Right now at 6, family and friends paying tribute to a woman shot and killed on the South Side becomes victims themselves.
To another violent night in the Windy City, officials say 5 people were shot while attending a memorial for another violence victim.
I just spoke with his grandparents, and they identify him as Christopher Winston. They say he is in critical condition after being shot in the back, and he has extensive internal injuries.
Yeah, this is... this is bad. This is not good at all. And I cannot speak for anybody here at Phil's Gang, just myself, that I am a gun advocate. Okay, I believe that more so in exercising our Second Amendment, because let's face it, without that Second Amendment, we wouldn't have other amendments. It's there to protect us and protect ourselves, obviously, because Chicago is pretty much a gun-free zone. You cannot have a gun and live in Chicago, and it goes to the old adage where, if you outlaw guns, only outlaws will carry guns. So, like these gun-free zones, all these places that you are not allowed to carry a firearm, that is going to attract.
Like a magnet.
Yeah, that is going to attract all these criminals and riffraff. You know why? Because they know you don't have a firearm. Guess what we do? Now, the call time, I don't know what it is for police to get out, to your house in Chicago. But I'll tell you now, those major metropolitans, those major cities, it takes a little while. It only takes a blink of an eye for you to get hit with a bullet. And, if people don't believe that you should have a right to protect yourself, why don't you ask Turkey how they're doing right now? Why don't you ask Australia how they're doing right now? Of course, mainstream media doesn't cover places like that because they know the brutality of it.
It doesn't fit their narrative of what they want to put forth as what they say is the right thing to do.
No, absolutely not.
This has been becoming quite apparent. It was quite apparent with the whole Trump election on what their narrative is or is not.
Oh, they want to scrap the Second Amendment. They want to take your guns. Let me tell you, here's the oxymoron here. It's the government saying, hey, we have the right to firearms, but you, the people, do not. Well, our founding fathers...
It's never worked out well in the past.
No, our founding fathers, it wasn't just to protect you from each other. The whole point of the Second Amendment was for you to protect yourself from the tyranny of your own government. Mm-hmm. That was the whole purpose of firearms, because they knew if all the people had firearms, the government would be extremely reluctant to take you over and say, hey, we're fascists, this is how this is going to go.
But also, it keeps other governments from trying to come in here and actually put foot soldiers in. I remember China did a study, and they were totally against the thought of actually coming in and doing a mass sort of invasion on the United States, because the simple fact that everybody here has guns. They wouldn't be able to go anywhere without being fired upon by the actual just citizenry, not to mention all the other armed forces that would just come swooping in after the citizenry already started the war.
That's correct. And one of the Japanese generals, forgive me, I forgot his name, but in World War II, he was a very famous... had a very famous thing that he said where, I'm afraid we awoken a sleeping giant after the attack of Pearl Harbor. He was also quoted as saying, asked, why didn't you attack directly? Why didn't you attack America? He said, because behind every blade of grass there is an American with a gun. But moving on here, one part of the interview that jumps out at me, okay, was that Trump, called out Obama's buddy, Chicago liberal mayor, Rahm Emanuel. So Trump declared he was ready to send in the feds if, pretty much if they didn't clean up their act. So
you can't have thousands of people being shot in a city, in a country that I happen to be president of. Maybe it's okay if somebody else is president. I want them to fix the problem. They have a problem that's very easily fixable. So all I'm saying is to the mayor, who came up to my office recently, I say you have to smarten up and you have to toughen up, because you can't let that happen. That's a war zone.
This is a warning.
I want them to straighten out the problem. It's a big problem.
Absolutely. And, him being Donald Trump being the president now, he is in that position where he can give those types of warnings, these types of ultimatums in regards to fixing the problem, because he's absolutely right.
Well, it's about time. I mean, how long have we had these discussions in regards to gun control in that particular vicinity of our own country, where they thought it was a great idea just to get rid of everyone's protection, which that's what it is. It's the same thing as saying, oh, well, you don't need fire extinguishers. You can just call the fire department. And so turn in all your fire extinguishers because you won't need them no more.
Well, and I don't believe that Trump is saying that, hey, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to act like a dictator.
Right.
He is a gun, activist. He belongs to the NRA, has for years and years. And someone needs to step up and fix this problem, help these kids, assist the Chicago Police Department, eliminate this gang violence. So consider this. Last year, Chicago, in 2016, as the deadliest year in nearly 2 decades. Data released by the Chicago Police Department shows that the city saw a surge in gun violence in 2016. 762 murders, 3,550 shooting incidents, and 4,331 shooting victims, which, wow, it's unbelievable. And Mayor Rahm, or I want to call him Ram, yeah, said he welcomed federal help battling gangs, guns, and drugs, but he warned against deploying the National Guard, saying it would hurt efforts to restore trust in the police. Well, these people have trust in the police, just no trust in you, Mayor Emanuel. You have taken away their right to defend themselves.
Literally, they're just standing out there completely naked, hoping that the cops will get there in time. Well, guess what? They're not always going to get there in time.
Well, here's Mayor Emanuel in regards to gun violence.
Chicago, like other cities right now that are dealing with gun violence, wants the partnership with federal law enforcement entities in a more significant way than we're having it today, whether that's the FBI, the DEA, the Drug Enforcement Agency, and the ATF. All can partner, and do now, with local law enforcement in dealing with guns, gangs, and drug dealing.
And that's absurdity. That is called a cop-out.
Yeah, how about give people guns?
Yeah, listen, that's your city. You're the mayor of that city. You were voted in as the mayor of that city. That's your responsibility. And now you've figured out you've really messed up. And now you're going to say, hey, federal government, come on in here and take care of this. But on a lighter note, Phil's Gang is offering free access to the MaxFest 1000, the MV2 chart for 4 weeks. You got to join the gang for $39.95 a month to make that happen. If you have any questions, go to philsgang.com. Check it out. Click on the button, Join the Gang. It's only $39.95 a month. You'll be glad that you did. If you need any kind of assistance, we're here to help you. I answer the phones. Steve answers the phones. Tommy answers the phones. We'll be more than happy to answer any of your questions. So give us a call, 877-600-4264. We'll be right back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years. Very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I love the new MV charts on Phil's software, and I'm making profits using them.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I love your new MV1, making lots of profits.
I love the chart. Unlimited with time. Real good as far as just looking at whatever ticker tells me right away.
I've always enjoyed Phil's straightforwardness and talk about what's really going on.
The new MV1 and MV2 charting software. I particularly like the pre- and post-market candlesticks.
You guys have always been great on the service side. I can't say enough about the service side.
Don't wait. Sign up for Phil's Gang today. Give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. If you're a Phil's Gang member or a fan of the Phil's Gang Show, then you need the all-new Phil's Gang hat. Now available in a variety of colors and cool comfort styles for only $25. You can show your Phil's Gang pride with the stylish Are You Nuts hat or Phil's Gang logo hat. Don't wait. Go to philsgang.com and click on the shopping cart icon to order your hat today or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
Let me ask you, could you use a little extra money? Well, of course you could. Everybody could use that extra revenue to pay the bills, pay down debt, or save for retirement. With philsgang.com, we help you make that extra income in the stock market. For over 15 years, Phil Grandy and the philsgang.com team have helped folks who are interested in learning short-term and long-term investing by providing professional-level charting skills and strategies. philsgang.com is your #1 source to learn, invest, and profit in the stock market. And you can do this for only $39.95 a month. With philsgang.com, you learn how to invest in the market. You get daily investment coaching guidance, and you will learn to invest and trade with the skills and confidence of the pros. Just log on and get daily investment instructions and make profits. Plus, all philsgang.com material is archived for your convenience. Go to philsgang.com to join or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Call today.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
At St. Jude, a family never sees a bill at all. It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders.
The treatment doesn't get any better than what you receive at St. Jude. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures. Saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Open Line Friday. Don't forget, every Friday, here's the number, 855-745-7445. Use that number to participate in my radio show where I can give you information on your stock. Don't forget, that's every Friday, Open Line Friday. That's here on philsgang.com, every Friday.
Don't miss it. Tune in and call Phil with your stock questions on Open Line Fridays. Left-wing, right-wing, libertarians, independents. We may not all agree on politics, but we all agree that we need to plan for retirement. At philsgang.com, we prepare you and educate you on how to invest in the stock market so you can secure your retirement and live comfortably. Call Phil's Gang today, 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Welcome back. This segment of the Phil's Gang Show is brought to you by the MV Stock Charts. For more information, go to philsgang.com.
I have spoken to others in intelligence, and they are big believers in, as an example, waterboarding.
You did tell me.
Because they say it does work. It does work. But do I feel it works? Absolutely, I feel it works.
So you'd be okay with it as president?
I will rely on General Mattis, and I'm going to rely on those two people and others. And if they don't want to do it, it's 100% okay with me. Do I think it works? Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Phil's Gang Radio Show. Sitting in for Phil is JR, Steve, and my name is Alex. And that clip was of President Trump talking about possibly reintroducing waterboarding to get answers in his country. Now, could be outside the country. They're very elusive here. There wasn't really clear terms or guidelines to waterboarding, but we do know that some people are for it, some people are against it. But in regards to why that President Trump advocates waterboarding is, I believe, is for one of the reasons is for this.
You're looking at people that come in many cases, in some cases, with evil intentions. I don't want that. They're ISIS. They're coming under false pretense. We have enough problems. Now, I'll absolutely do safe zones in Syria for the people. I think that Europe has made a tremendous mistake by allowing these millions of people to go into Germany and various other countries. President Obama and Hillary Clinton and Kerry have allowed tens of thousands of people into our country. The FBI is now investigating more people than ever before having to do with terror. And it's from the group of people that came in.
Do we see an MO here? Do we see what's actually happening? If you don't know what's happening in Europe right now, my God, you should pray for these people. Germany is absolutely being taken over. Paris, another European country being taken over. We are in big trouble. We have a lot of these, what they call sleeper cells, terrorists that have moved into this country. We just don't really know about them. They're being quiet right now. And like I said, do you see an MO here where these major cities have been stripped of their rights to defend themselves? Now what happens when these illegals come into those cities and they know how to get a weapon, they know how to brandish one? I'm sure they're not from the greatest part of town where they're from. And here we are as sitting ducks grocery shopping, and somebody opens fire in a grocery store. Of course, I'm being hypothetical, and I don't want to start commotion, but I can see President Trump's point here. Listen, you don't take away our Second Amendment rights, period. You don't have sanctuary cities. Most of those sanctuary cities where they're saying, hey, all you illegal aliens, come on, we'll spend our own tax money to
support you.
Yeah, to support you and hide you and safeguard you, when they're going, okay. And they're smiling, playing devil's advocate, but little do these people know they will be taken over. It'll be hostile. They don't care about Americans. In fact, it's only goes to prove when you see the hostility of some of these radical terrorists that they don't care either way, and they're deadly serious. And I believe that Trump wants to put an absolute stop to that, and people just aren't getting it.
Well, in regards to waterboarding, I mean, the radical Islamists, they're out there cutting our people's heads off and other people's heads off and gutting us. But
waterboarding doesn't seem so bad now, does it?
Putting a towel over their head and dumping water over their face, it's not killing them. Scares them a little, whatever. If it helps us to end this war on terror, I'm all for it.
Yeah, and in the war of terror, okay, it is starting to slowly get moved out of where it needs to be moved. I believe that the terrorists had taken over the swamp and somebody is draining it. One of the topics that come to my mind, and it's something I want to address really quick, is one of the reasons I believe that the Dow is up so high, too, is because, President Trump is not only bringing these jobs back to America and threatening these huge corporations. Hey, you take off, you make us lose our jobs, you're going to get penalized. It's not going to be a one-way street here. One of the deals is the Standing Rock. If you don't know what was happening there is a pipeline trying to be ran through there in Dakota. It's the Dakota Access Pipeline, and Trump has reestablished this. Once again, he's going to move forward to it, okay? What they're telling you, mainstream media is telling you, is that Trump is restarting the pipeline, but what they're not telling you...
This is the important part here.
Correct, is it's 70 miles from Standing Rock, and it's going to be made with American steel. Something like 22,000 jobs. They may be permanent. Who knows? These companies that are involved may hire these people, or at least it'll put food on their table for a little while, and it'll give them experience. It's made from American steel. That's awesome. I mean, how huge was the steel companies in this country at one time? We actually manufactured something here in this country at one time, and it's staying. It's going to be 70 miles from any kind of Native American land, so nobody has to worry about that. As far as leaking or something happening to the environment, it's it's pretty astronomically it's probably not going to happen. Let's put it to you that way.
And even if it does, it's 70 miles from where everybody was concerned last time that they tried to put that pipeline through Standing Rock.
Well, look, it's Trump has done thus far everything he said he was going to do. He said he was going to build our own pipelines. We were going to build our own pipes. American steel, just like we used to in the old days, and it's happening. I don't see why
jobs back in this country. Get rid of the TPP. Man. Done that already. Trying to get rid of NAFTA. It's going to be a new...
Well, yeah, he got rid of the TPP. And guess what? Worldwide, the New World Order cannot handle it. It's crumbling because they know without the United States, there will be no TPP. There will be no NAFTA. Right. Let me tell you, look, the people don't need them. They need the people. And that goes to show you the TPP is going to fall straight on its face, and it's a good thing. World leaders are going, what do we do now? We don't have the backing of America. Well, that's because you don't have the backing of the American people. It's just not the country. The government makes a country.
Right.
Okay, a people makes a nation. We are a great nation. And, if you're curious of what we do here at Phil's Gang, it all got started because of the kids. If you go to our homepage, you'll notice on the right-hand side, very top right-hand side, we have a word called charities. If you click on that, it'll take you to the charities page. We have St. Jude Children's Research Hospital there. We also have the Vera and Walter Scher Family Foundation. It's extremely important to us here at Phil's Gang and Phil Grandy himself that we give back to the kids. Also, if you join the gang at $39.95 a month, Phil is giving out the MV2 stock chart for free for 4 weeks. You get to try it out. It's the best thing that'll happen to you. So go. philsgang.com. If you're a little confused on what's going on the site, please give us a call. I'm here to answer the phone. Steve is here to answer the phone. Tom answers the phone. The number is 877-600-GANG. It's 877-600-4264. The MV2 chart, and when I first started here at Phil's Gang, I didn't quite understand it very well. But, watching and listening to Phil and JR and Steve kicks in all the time, it's easy. It's funny
one of the most
I say that.
Easiest ways to trade, bar none. And I've been trading for quite some time, but it is absolutely the easiest chart. It's very simple to get going, get started, and you don't really have to worry because it's going to tell you what to do.
JR, you've been training for a long time. Not only that, but you've seen the changes that have come to Phil's Gang, only for the better, newest technologies. Like I said, go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.